Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hardcore Heroes, where
Yeah.
my countdowns are always exactly when they're supposed to end when they're supposed to. You guys in chat and watching this will have no idea what I'm talking about. That's okay. Where do you guys go? What do you do? It is Saturday morning.
The only thing I talked about off screen was since I can't afford the 150 gold for Scimitar, so I'm going to buy 10 silver arrows instead.
Okay, they cost 10 times their price.
Yep,
and...
I will take care of the price in a minute.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think we set off towards Ratburg.
To Ratburg we go. So Ratburg is not too terribly far. You have to ask people for directions to get there, but that is a very common thing. Asking for directions. All right.
All right. Heading out on the road once again, man. Getting soft. Been in the city for too long. It's good to breathe the fresh air.
I agree.
Indeed.
It's not until you leave the city that you realize the smell that city has.
Yeah.
Well,
Smells like money.
So what do you know about this place, Croak?
I know very little about it. I know that there's some. You know how they keep talking about this war thing that happened? Apparently, some hobgoblins and giants came attacking Redport.
Yep.
Well, apparently, it affected the countryside a lot. So this place has been a bit hit heavily with a few casualties. We might be seeing some vagrants that have come in, fleeing from other parts of the countryside that have been hurt. But apparently, the population of the town's gone down quite a bit, and there might be some abandoned homes, abandoned buildings, businesses. So I imagine that some rats found some refuse, maybe some old bodies from this here encounter, and have been holding up in one of the empty buildings.
You know, if we really are going to eliminate this threat, we can't just find a few rats and kill them. We're going to have to find some sort of burrow or place where there's a lot of them.
I feel like if there's a ton of rats that have been around eating and things, there's going to be kind of a centralized area, like they've been spotted here, and here in town, and they're all kind of in this general area. And if we put a big enough pile of goodies for them, I think they'll all come running. We're not talking about incredibly clever creatures here. They're scavengers, really.
I think the most important
true.
factor is we can't leave stragglers. We have to make sure that we eliminate them.
I mean, if we kill 85-90% of the rats, I feel like we've done our job, right? If the town can't handle a single rat, we might be needing to just poison the people instead. You know, it put them out of their misery.
Yes, we should at least inform them to keep their wits about them after we leave.
Do we know how long this poison is likely to take effect? Is it instant?
You know, I don't rightfully know. I didn't ask the question, but I tell you what, I'll sleep real good in the tavern knowing we poisoned them all to death.
Neil, can I do an intelligence check to try and think I might know about the effects of Belladonna on humans?
yeah, sure. Give me an int check. You don't have an herbalism proficiency, do you?
No.
Okay.
It's a pass.
You figure that you seem to hear stories of people eating this sort of thing and then languishing in bed and writhing around and then, you know, recovering within a day or two. And those that don't recover usually die within the first day, but it's definitely not a quick death.
You know, if we poison them all, we might just need to stick around for a couple of days after to make sure that they actually die, because there's a chance that this thing has to run through their system before it actually kills them.
It would incapacitate them, so we would likely have a chance to go in and kill them ourselves.
Perhaps, yeah. Perhaps if they slow down, we might be able to follow them back to... Well, you know, we can't prepare for every eventuality. Let's make our way there first. All this talk of rats is making me feel uncomfortable.
Perhaps...
Scooby, you're not scared of rats, are you, boy? That's right.
Oh god.
Maybe I've bought some rats to... So I've been just like feeding him them.
I completely forgot you had a dog for a while. Like, that's
Yeah.
just the magic of pets in D&D. You forget about them until they're convenient.
Yes, and if you continue to forget about them until they're convenient, they die.
Hey, I'm remembering. It's not convenient
Yeah.
right now.
No, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. I
Just
see your threats, Neil.
I have killed many pets who have been ignored until they wanted them to exist.
Yeah,
And I have
no,
gotten
sure.
quite a bit of flack for killing them. I have no issues with this. So you spend the rest of the day making your way out to Ratburg. You arrive near sundown, maybe a half hour before the sun fully sets. And as you pull into this quaint little village, maybe 60 buildings or so, you see a small crowd start to gather and make their way out towards you, waving and kind of signaling to you.
I think
you
it's
a
clear these
celebrity
people.
around these parts, Van? They seem
No,
to
I think
love
it's clear these people are werewolves and they seek to eat us. I kind of smile at that, but Van approaches a little bit cautiously and say, It's been quite a while since I received such a greeting simply for walking into a town."
Oh, you must be the people we hired that Redport sent to help deal with our rat infestation.
Yes, we are.
You must think us terrible cowards for calling upon Baron Redwing to deal with these rats, but they're not normal rats. These rats are huge, monstrously large. They ate my dog.
Calm down, calm down. Let's head indoors. It's going to be dark soon. We can talk about this over drinks. Has anyone here actually seen these rats?
They nod, and one person steps forward and goes, They were in my cellar last.
How many?
About a dozen. I'm Fanny, by the way. Who are you?
Danny.
I'm Van Helsing, and I give a quick bow.
This is Van Helsing. This is Croak.
And you are?
My name's Malachi.
Nice to meet you. Well, I'm Fanny, and last we spotted them, there were some of the rats down in my cellar.
How many do you figure are infesting your town?
Well, you know the thing with rats is like the same with cockroaches. You see one, that means there's like 20. As I said, I've seen maybe a dozen or two dozen at a time.
Has anyone seen them in a specific location more than once?
Cellars. You chase them out of the cellar and yell and scream and hit them with some sticks, and then they show back up again.
Your particular cellar more than once?
There are a few other people's cellars more than once too. They've been through mine about 3 times now.
Are they all the same size?
Yeah, they're big. Well, about yay big.
Right, but they're all the same.
Ish. You know, there's some that are a little smaller, some a little bigger, but they're all roughly the same, you know. Within a standard deviation of each other's.
Is there anyone in town who's usually deals with normal rats?
We never had a rat problem like this before.
So you chase them off with sticks?
Well, I did, and then I put Spot, my bloodhound, down in there and shut the cellar so that, you know, bloodhound wouldn't leave and he'd be down there and guard the rats. And I came back the next day to check on him, bring him some food, and he was dead.
Don't worry, boy.
I believe our bet. I kind of turn to Malachi here and I say, "Do you have any spells that would help incapacitate an entire group of rats?"
Yes.
Are you
I mean,
are you a wizard?
Poison.
I wouldn't cut. Funny.
Okay. Well,
Keep that to yourself.
she nods.
I wouldn't want to have to turn you into a toad.
Van kind of smiles at that, just in case she gets scared. He wants to be a little bit reassuring.
Now look, what time is it, Neil? Is it evening?
Yeah, it's about half hour, 20 minutes before sundown now.
The rats usually show up at night.
They show up whenever you're not looking.
Then I
Day and
believe
night.
It's time we get started. Where do
Yeah.
you think if we were to set some bait down in your cellar, do you think they would show up?
Oh, most definitely. They're probably there right now, little scramps.
Well, it's probably a good place to start.
Yeah, I believe we should chase them out, then smear some peanut butter to lure them back, and you could cast your magic, and we could kill them from a distance.
Well, let me show
Well,
you the way then.
Why
Why
don't
don't we
we
s-
just
set the
pump
bait and
big
come back in the
pile of
morning?
poison there and poison the crap out of them? Like I don't understand why we're making this so damn complicated, Van. Like we know they come to her cellar. Maybe we just put a bunch of food and rubbish and other things that scavengers like in there. Sprinkle some berry juice all over them and let them go to town. We're
Because
done
we
with
don't
this.
know if that will kill the rats. Better to be done with it ourselves. Make sure that it happens.
It's you want to sit there and shoot rats with a bow. I mean, like I know you were friends with Corny, and that's the way he did it. But he's a gnome, man. He's got all these weird, strange ideas. He talked in rhyme all the time. Like I love him to death, and I'd drink his ale if I could. But I don't understand why we need to honor him by shooting bows at rats.
I trust a well-placed arrow over these berries that we've never tested before.
I mean, okay.
Look, I think Croak's right. It's late. Why don't we go there? If they're there, we'll chase them away. We'll leave the berries and the peanut butter. And we'll come back in the morning. And we'll
You
see.
guys got a tavern around here? I'll buy some like sides of beef or something. Throw them in there too. Let's get a good big old pile. Get as many rats in there as we can.
I'm worried if we come back in the morning, the rats will have eaten everything in there and left.
Yeah, but then we know that they'll be dead. Soon.
We don't know that. We don't know that the berries will kill them.
Well, I got 45 berries here, and if let's say they're 3 times the size of a normal rat, that's 3 berries to rat. So I have enough berries to kill about, oh my goodness, 15 or so rats. I'm not great with that arithmetic stuff.
One or two berries is enough to kill a human, no matter how big these rats are. I would suggest that a whole berry would probably see them dead.
Yeah, we got all kinds of poison here. Let's just get them, man. It's not this hard.
The man who sold them to us told us that a single berry would likely not be fatal.
I think he meant to humans.
Man.
Still, rats are often carriers of disease and poisons. I wouldn't
All the more
trust-
reason not to
Better
engage them.
reason to poison them than it is to get close
Which
enough.
is why I wish to
get
kill them
attention
from a
someday.
distance, but I want to make sure that they are dead. If we use up our poison before...
Here's the way I see it, man. If the poison works, we'll start seeing dead rats by the end of the next day. If that doesn't happen, then the
We
poison
can-
was never going to work anyway, and then we can approach it in a different way.
Very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I grab... Does anybody have a torch? I don't think I have any. I don't.
I do. I think.
He's got a staff.
So I say, we should
Yeah.
use fire. I believe most animals are scared of it.
Sure. Like I've got 2 torches, so I hand one to Van and one to Croak,
Okay.
and
I light it and
I
start
take off
going
my
down
stuff.
to the cellar
Okay.
with my shield out just in case.
Okay.
Do you need me for this? Why don't I just go to the tavern and get
I
some
need you to
sliced
smear the
meat
peanut butter, Croak.
too, and I'll get down there when you scurried away all the rats.
I think you should come,
Smear the
Croak.
peanut butter, Croak.
All right.
Use about half the jar so we have some in case the berries don't work.
You guys are... All right. Okay. I'll go half-seas on the poison.
Yes. We can take a more direct approach if this doesn't work.
Okay. So you guys head down into Fanny's cellar. She stands up top, looking down on you guys. What's your light source down here?
Torches.
Torches.
Also Malachi's staff.
And the staff, and I've got Scooby with me at my side.
Is he a light source?
Nope.
Cool. Just
Reminding-
checking. Just making sure that there was nothing.
Oh my god, cast light in Scooby's mouth so whenever he opens it, it's like a light projecting out.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
All right. So as you guys open this cellar hatch and shine your staff light and your torch light down there, you see about 8 of these rats. They are 2 feet long from nose to rump, and then there's a foot-long tail scurrying down. They're the biggest rats you've ever seen in your life. They are. I mean, they're 2 feet long. That's a huge rat.
Look, stand back for a moment. We might be able to deal
Sorry.
with this a little bit more subtly. So I stand at the top of the stairs and then cast Stinking Cloud down into the basement.
Ooh.
Okay.
Stinking cloud.
When he starts casting spells, I imagine I should probably take out my bow, and I start pulling out my longbow and grab some regular arrows.
Creatures caught in the cloud must roll a successful saving throw versus poison or be reeling and unable to attack because of nausea for d4+1 rounds after leaving the cloud.
And if they don't leave the cloud, they have to save every round.
Right.
So it says a 20-foot cube. How big's the basement?
Smaller than that.
All right, so I stinking cloud up the whole thing and close the door.
All right.
Wait for the spell to dissipate, and then head down.
So wait, can they get out of the cloud? Like they can run out of it?
They can do, yeah. So any that pass will probably just leave, and any that fail, we can just kill. But if they can't leave, they'll probably all fail.
One of them passes.
Does he manage to escape?
Yeah. So you wait 6 minutes, or no, 3 minutes for the spell to dissipate. You open the trapdoor, and you see 5 rats kind of like laying on their sides in little tiny pools of rat vomit, kind of spasming and choking. And
I would like to start shooting at these rats.
all right, give me some attack rolls at +4 for them being incapacitated.
No, I take my dagger and I start.
Can I just start chopping rat heads off?
Yeah. I use my new.
Sure, but he still gets to make an attack roll because he called it
So
first.
Okay, yeah, I actually didn't consider just chopping their heads off, so I guess I just start shooting.
Please make me roll to hit, Van Helsing.
Please tell me you're using your silver arrows for this.
No.
Okay, yeah, you skewer one of the rats.
Would these not be executions? Actively
are they
fighting
executions?
Give me a damage roll first.
8.
Okay, yeah, you kill the first rat.
Do I get a second?
Well, hold on. I think by this time you get your pull out your second arrow, maybe the rest of the party has gone down in.
Chopping rat heads off with a broadsword.
Yeah.
I start cutting the heads off, and I'm like, oh, and I just kind of put the bow away.
Walking Dead style, you know.
Yeah, at this, the ones that are here are very easy to kill. As they come across your arrow, like the arrow shaft is already snapped. It's hit the ground and broken apart.
Okay.
So that arrow's lost, but you clean up the rest of the rats with ease.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to So I say, all right. I grab like the lady who lives in this house, and I say we killed 8 of the rats. We should take them outside and burn them. I'd rather not leave any dead carcasses to draw more here yet.
Great.
You don't want to cook them?
Would you like to?
Excuse me?
Do you want to get sick, ma'am? That's not a good idea. You know
Well, that's why you cook.
Those are carriers of the ranchiest, terrible things, and then he gassed them on top of it.
Well, maybe you guys can afford to eat meat on a daily basis, but we out here can't. But fine, if you think they're too unhealthy to eat, burn them. There's usually
there's
a bonfire out in the middle of the town.
Meat and you can't. You realize that, right? Oh my goodness, these people are so ignorant.
I never. She says and storms off.
Let's stay calm here.
Stews and stuff to build a trap.
I start taking the rats outside, and once we get them all into a big pile, I guess we burn them.
How attractive is Fanny, Neil?
It's been so long since
I don't know if you know what Fanny means in England, but
we know. But Fanny's also a name. In the stateside. It's short. It's the pet name of the feminine form of Francis.
that's my girlfriend's name, Francis.
You can call her Fanny. Yeah.
Probably not a good idea.
She is within average attractiveness.
All right, never mind.
Van Helsing is uninterested.
Yeah, I was going to offer to give us some money, but nah. All right, well, I help Van burn the rats, and then we should set the trap, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like I don't care about burning. Van's on that. I'm looking for whoever will sell me like slabs of beef or like stew of some kind, anything refuse that rats will eat, and then I'm gonna slather peanut butter on it and make a belladonna juice all over it.
Once we've burned all the rats, I do realize that we kind of just like burned somebody's source of food, so I walk back in and I give Fanny a gold piece and say, buy some healthier meat.
What's your charisma? Your reaction adjust on your charisma modifier?
Oh god, it's huge. It's like +6.
Oh my god, you've got 17 charisma, right?
Yeah. I mean, I give her a gold piece. I feel like that's
Right, but so I'm for those of you that are watching, I'm rolling on the reaction, the encounter reactions to kind of judge her take on this, and so his
Okay.
bonus of 6 is pretty substantial. So she is very friendly to your gold piece instead of, she could have taken it in an insulting sort of way, but she doesn't. She takes it in a very like, oh, thank you, Father, and gives you a polite bow and says, I don't know what to say.
It's no trouble. I should actually deduct for the silver arrows while I'm at it. So they're getting the trap ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do I need to spend some coin to get like a good portion of meat? Good, like, I want like the leftovers from like whatever they've been cooking all day. I want to root around the trash. I want to find everything that you would normally find in a big like rat pit. Some meat, some I don't know, some old stews probably sitting around somewhere. Probably find like some stuff they've thrown out. It's got like bones and pickings on it, and like I just want all the trash from the town plus like food.
Done.
Fish head or stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, easy to find.
Are they willing to give it to me?
Yeah, if you walk around asking for their refuse to help them solve their rat problems, they willingly provide it.
Yeah.
Someone offers to shit in a bucket for you if you need that.
I was like, not quite, but thank you for the offer. You are thinking outside the box.
Anything to help. Anything to help.
Excellent. So I build a big old pile of like old food, leftovers, stuff. I smear all of Van's 2 liters of peanut butter all over it.
Wait.
I get my leather gloves out, and
Wait, as
on
a
top of
supervisor,
my
can I ask you
refuse
to do
peanut
one
butter,
just
I
to get-
start squeezing like 20, berries all over it, mixing it in good.
All right.
We'll go 25 berries all into it. We'll leave 20 out.
All right. So you use all the peanut butter. You use half the berries. You put all the stuff into this big pile. Meanwhile, Van Helsing and Malachi are taking rats and help. There's a bonfire being built and rats are being thrown into it.
I pretty quickly just go back to the tavern.
Okay. Yes, they do have a small tavern here. It's pretty much just someone's like shack beside their house that they've converted and built like chairs and tables. And there's not even a real bar. There's kind of like a shelf with kegs on it and casks around it, and a person who runs like a little box that they put the coins in. It's a very primitive tavern. There is no inn in town, so you're gonna have to make other accommodations.
So I inquire to the guy. I say, "Sir, do you have rooms in this place?"
Not really. We don't get many travelers through. There's some barns out here that you can sleep in. Got a couple of abandoned barns. We got some barns with some animals in them that are a little bit warmer. But if you don't like sleeping with the animals, that smell can be a bit much. We can drag some hay out to one of the barns, or I think maybe some of them even have old hay in them.
Given your rat problem, perhaps sleeping in the barn isn't the wisest decision.
Hey, it's a good
I heard
idea.
there's maybe some abandoned houses in this place, right?
I think looters might have gotten to most of them, but you might be able to find a bed there still, maybe. Definitely worth a check.
How big is this room that we're in here?
20 by 20.
Enough for 3 people and a dog.
Yeah.
Say, how about where I rent this room off you for the night? You serve us some drinks, I'll give you some coin. Me and my friends can sleep in here. You've probably got some blankets and such that you can spare.
Yeah, sure. I'll be happy to rent you this place. Mind you, people will be serving drinks and carrying on into the night, but once everyone's all and gone, you're more than welcome to it.
Well, let's say, past a certain time, maybe you could close up a bit early.
Well, I'd be an asshole to say otherwise. You are here to help us solve our problems. Of course, you can have the tavern, free of charge.
Free of charge? Well, let me at least pay for my refreshments and for that of my friends.
Of course.
I hand them like 2 gold.
He slowly blinks at it and goes over to the till and starts shuffling around with coins nervously.
Keep it, friend.
Thank you. You're most generous. You are much better than the soldiers that normally come and service us here.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Just remember me. Remember my name. Tell your friends.
Malachi.
That's right.
Right.
So have we spent 50 gold on this adventure yet?
No.
No, I've only spent like 10 silver.
Yeah. So I kick back in front of the fire with my pipe, and I wait for Van and Craig to find their way here.
All right.
When I'm done with the peanut butter trap,
Mhm.
can I look around town for a green barn?
Yeah. You're gonna need some light because it's nighttime now.
Oh, is it full night?
Yeah.
I'll do it later.
Cool.
This is like something. Okay, is there like a sconce or a torch somewhere, like sitting outside of someone's home, like on their front porch?
There's a burned out torch lying on the ground, but no torches that could be used.
I couldn't just like steal somebody else's light. Just be like, no, mine now.
You could probably do it. You'd have to walk into someone's house. There's no like lights lying about.
Nah. Okay, I'll go to the tavern.
Okay, cool.
How many hours are left, Neil, in the evening?
The sun has already set, so at this point, it's just people hanging around and drinking and talking about the wonderful adventurer, the wonderful mercenaries that have come through their town to save them from this rat infestation and plague.
So I still have to do 8 hours a day to learn spells, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, never mind then. I'll leave it for now.
Okay. Cool. Is there anything else you guys want to do, or we just move on to the next day?
I don't think.
Well, I think when Croak gets back, I say, "Sir, did you set your trap?"
I did. I went halfsies on the poison because Van was a little nervous, but even still, that's a lot of poison we put in there. That's 25 berries worth, so we should kill ourselves a hefty number of rats.
Sure. I mean, we've surely thinned them out considerably already.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if not, Malachi, I would hope you rememorize that spell of yours tomorrow.
Indeed, yes. It seems to be perfect for dealing with these creatures.
It is.
Well, I've bought us all some drinks for the evening. If you would partake.
Oh, absolutely. It has been a long day, and I need a stiff one, if you don't mind.
Sure. And I've actually arranged for us to sleep here tonight. They don't have any rooms in town, so I figured this was the best we could get. Better than sleeping in a barn.
Excellently done, Malachi. Excellently done.
All right. Well, this one's on me.
It is appreciated.
All right. So we, spend the rest of the night.
Cool. The night passes fairly uneventfully, and you guys wake up the next morning in Ratburg.
I guess we just go straight to, or after memorizing and everything for Malachi, I guess we just go straight to checking on the trap.
Yeah, I have the same spells, Neil. There you go.
Sure. The trap
How
has...
long does it take you to memorize spells, Malachi?
I think it's
It takes a
10
certain amount
minutes
of
per
time,
level 1 level 1 spell, and 20 minutes per level 2 spell, so 40 minutes currently.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're spending like 40 minutes like preparing spells that Croak can just I'm gonna look around town in the morning for a green barn.
It takes Van even longer than that, so.
Mhm.
Isn't it the same for me?
Same, yeah, but you have more
Got more
spells.
spells.
Yeah, but I don't have to rememorize anything because I didn't cast them yesterday.
Okay. That's true,
So,
actually.
yeah, if Croak is looking out for a green barn, I'll head over to Fanny's place and not go into the cellar out of a little bit of nervousness, but check to see if there's dead rats laying on the ground from the stairs.
Sure, you poke your head in Fanny's cellar.
Hey! I see what you did there, Neil. Very good.
I...
No,
nothing.
don't play coy with me.
You know, that association is only present in the mind when you actively think about it. It's
Okay.
to us, Fanny it just means bottom. Very polite, quaint term.
It's a weird distinction between America and England, really.
Yeah,
I wonder how that came to be slang for it in England.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Wow.
maybe somebody does.
All right, so you poke your head into the cellar and you see no rats down there. You see
Does it
some
look like-
bloodstains where the ones you killed yesterday were, but no carcasses.
Okay, and there's Does it look like they've eaten a lot of the stuff that we packed down there?
Oh, where were all the refuse? Was that put in Fanny's cellar?
Oh,
Yes.
whatever cellar we
Put in
put.
the cellar.
Okay, cool. Yes, it definitely looks like rats have gone to town on it. There's some more stuff kind of strewn about and little areas where things have been plucked out of the mass.
And there's no carcasses.
No carcasses.
Okay. I'll head back to the tavern and wait for Croak to return and tell him about that then.
Croak, you find yourself a green barn. It's a little kind of off at the edge of town. It's the furthest building away from everything, and it looks like it's a little dilapidated. The roof is caved in some areas. The paint's coming off. There's some boards missing. The windows clearly have no glass left in them, if they ever did.
Windows ground level?
No, the windows would be up in where the hayloft would be.
Only one obvious entrance in?
Yep.
Perfect. This is away from town a bit, a little bit of a poor town. I imagine it's not like cobblestone or anything.
Oh,
There's
no,
a
no,
good
no.
chance that we could find tracks around there.
Mhm.
I want to see if I can find a pair of humanoid tracks leading up into the barn and out, like just around the front entrance.
Sure. Give me a tracking check.
Alrighty. That's a 9. My wisdom is 15, and it's a
-6 for
-6.
for not being a ranger, so that is a
So
success.
that's a pass on the money.
Yes, it is. That is the best tracking check you could make. Da, 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 da. Mhm. Hmm. You do indeed find some relatively fresh prints. It looks like maybe it was made in the last 24 to 36 hours.
Okay. Leading both in and out.
No, just a set of prints going in.
Okay.
A single set of prints. They are boot prints, specifically.
Okay. I want to see in. There's dilapidated boards, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a gap in there where I could peek in?
Absolutely.
I want to see who's my contact.
All right. You you take a look through one of these little holes, and you see some structures in there. It looks like, what do you call them? What is an individual unit within a stable called where a horse is? A corral?
stall.
A stall, thank
A
you.
stall.
You see a whole bunch of horse stalls on either side. It's a big stack of hay in the back that looks quite old. There's a ladder that goes up into a hay loft, but there's no one apparent sitting around here on the ground floor. Anyone could be hiding in the stalls, under the hay, or in the loft. Easy.
Okay. I uncork my lamp oil, and I start easing it, like dribbling it onto the hinges of the door as best I can to lubricate them and prevent them from squeaking and squealing. And
clever.
I try to, as stealthily as I can, slide that open, make it move as silently as I can, and like try to slip in unseen if I can and get a better view.
All right. The lamp oil has some success. The door it opens with not a creak of joints, but kind of just a little bit of a noise. And you slip in and shut it behind you. It's all quiet in here.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear animals outside, and some birds are chittering about on the rooftops. But in here, it's dim and quiet.
Okay. I am going to move slowly, looking stall to stall, I guess, but trying to keep an eye out for, I don't want to like stumble into a rat's burrow, but I'm trying to find who my contact is, hopefully first.
Sure. So you go stall to stall and find nothing. No one.
No one in here?
No one in any of the stalls.
Okay. I guess I'll make my way over to the, I guess I'm just in like permanent, like trying to move as silently as possible mode. I want to find that guy, but if he's not here, I was told to dig through some hay for a bag. So I will take out, do I have a long stick?
No, but you can find an old pitchfork lying around.
I'll take an old pitchfork and begin to try and like quietly, like still looking around for that guy who I think is in here somewhere, but I'm going to start moving through the hay to find that bag.
Okay. As you start moving around the hay, you hear some noise on the ladder that leads to the loft. and you see coming down the ladder is a very well-dressed man with kind of immaculate shaped hair. Give me an intelligence check.
So you're gonna say initiative then?
No, not yet.
That's a fail.
Okay. Something about him strikes you as familiar, but you can't quite place it.
Okay. Has he?
He's definitely seen you.
He's definitely seen me.
Yeah, as
Okay.
he's coming down, he's looking at you.
Then I put my pitchfork away and cross my arms and assume a waiting stance for him. But yeah, I'm ready to either run or kill him if need be.
Okay. He comes down and says, I don't recognize you. Are you a new guy?"
Says, I'm doing a favor for a friend here. Turns out there was some people missing in town, so I'm picking up merchandise for you.
Well, you can tell your friend that this is the last batch. Things have gotten too hot on the other end, and our suppliers and transporters are all dead.
I see. That's a disappointing news to hear, but I am the messenger. I will relay that for you.
Okay. He turns, climbs back up the ladder, grabs a bag, climbs back down, and hands it to you.
Okay. I say, you won't mind if I check the merchandise, will you?
No, it's a sack about, yay big. It's got something sitting in it.
Okay. I want to open it and take a look.
You see inside a pair of halfling feet.
Oh, I got him back! Ugh. I contain my excitement. And
Does that tip him off as to who this guy is?
No, it tips me, the player, off.
I think it might tip your character off, too. Whatever the player can figure out, the character can, maybe. Usually, sometimes.
I contain my excitement of having received my halfling's feet once again, and hide them off and put them in my bag, and say, I thank you. I will let the mutual friends of ours know this will be the last shipment. And I take good note of his face, and I leave the barn. And we'll try to find the shady area of a nearby place and see if I can see him leave in the next 20 minutes before I have to go meet up with Van and Malachi.
Yeah, he leaves maybe 5 minutes after you do, and just proceeds to head southeast.
If he heads somewhere in town, I want to follow him.
Yeah, he just walks through town, and then just out the other side without talking to anyone.
He leaves town entirely.
Yeah.
That sucks. I can't follow him. I have to deal with these rats. Okay. I go back and find Malachi and Van having done their meditation thing.
Okay, you guys see Croak coming back into the tavern with a sack.
In my backpack.
Okay, never mind. You don't see the sack then. And unless his backpack is already full, you wouldn't even notice the bulge in it.
So, did you bring breakfast, Coke?
No, man, I didn't. I was doing some reconnaissance in old barns, see if I could find that burrow of ours for rats. I didn't have any luck where I was looking.
Well, with any luck, our trap will have been sprung.
Oh,
and we should be walking into a burrow of dead rats.
I checked the cellar myself. There are no dead rats down there, but it definitely did look like they went to town on the food we laid out for them.
Oh, excellent.
I believe our current solution may not be working. There were no dead rats in the cellar.
Well,
I can see.
It's possible that it takes some time. If they were only eaten a few hours past, perhaps we should just wait out another day here and see if they turn up.
I think we should lay out another trap and try the old-fashioned way as well, with that stinking cloud of yours.
Look,
it did work very quickly and very.
It did. Let's just hang out. Well, we can do some searching. If we come across them, we can kill them. But I think that the poison should have worked. If they've eaten it, they should be dead within the next 12 hours or so.
We could search around some of these abandoned buildings like I was doing this morning. We might find ourselves some dead rats lying around, and we could know for sure and take off.
Chances are, animals tend to go back to their resting places when they die. So if we can find some dead rats, we may be able to find the rest of them and flush them out. But there's a chance that they won't be actually dying for another 12 hours or so.
It's also possible that the berries may not kill them.
It's true. But I find it unlikely.
If we do
The
find a big
door
congregation-
opens with a bang, and in comes a female youth, maybe 13, 14 years old. She's wide-eyed and excited and goes, "We found a rat! We found a dead rat!
Where at?
We found
Excellent.
we found a dead rat!"
Lead the way, my dear.
Take us to it.
All right. She leads you hurriedly, like she runs and waits for you to catch up, and then runs ahead and waits for you to catch up, and runs ahead like a child would do, and leads you to a spot kind of just in between some buildings, not at the edge of town, but, well away from the center of the village. And there is a small gathering of people all standing around, hands on their hips, looking at a dead rat that's just kind of...
Is that out in the open?
Yeah, it's just in the middle of the road.
Excellent.
Well,
Any of these hey, all you people here, any of these buildings abandoned at the moment, vacated?
That one, they say, pointing to a building.
Nearby, I assume.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should.
Uh,
start there.
Vine Malachi, I think we should start in that location over there. This gentleman has pointed out to us. Seems to me this would be a good place to find some dead rat bodies.
Does it look like the abandoned home is like kind of falling apart and crumbling? Like there'd be a lot of natural daylight leaking in?
Not that badly. There actually
Okay.
looks to be maybe 3 abandoned buildings, or at least dilapidated buildings here. This one is the worst of the 3, and the only one pointed as currently unoccupied. But it's not like the roof isn't caved in. Just, the boards need a new paint and a paint job, and the door is a little crooked.
I suggest that Malachi have his staff out then, so that it's very clear what we're seeing once we're inside.
Sure. Neil, I pick up the dead rat
Mhm.
and I hold it to Scooby's nose to try and give him the scent. All right, boy. Find it. And I hope to have him sniff out other rats.
Okay. He looks really excitedly at you.
All right. Now go. Come on.
Ruff!
Come on. I throw the dead rat.
He runs over, picks it up in his teeth, and brings it back to you.
All right. I just take it off him and stroke him. All right.
And now Scooby has eaten poison. Saving throws.
Oh, you fucker. He didn't eat it.
No, I know. I'm just being evil.
Okay. All right. I take off the stuff lights. All right, Van, let's go. You lead the way.
Very well. I grab my shield just in case and start pressing into the house.
You open the door, shine the light around. It seems pretty empty. It's another one of these, like, the entire house is one open room sort of set up, a lot like your father's house, Malachi.
Is there like a cellar door?
Someone tells you there is in the back.
Okay. So I kind of walk to the back and open the cellar door, and we shine the light down there.
Yeah.
It's pretty empty. There's a couple of old broken tools in here, like a pitchfork that's missing a tine, and the other tines are bent. A stack of corroded copper nails that probably aren't very much use anymore. Some old bags that look like the rats have already eaten them and gotten whatever was inside of them, but you don't see any rats themselves. You do see rat droppings.
Okay.
This doesn't look like the place.
I say to the group, I think we should lay another trap with the rest of the berries in them. And
You
see
said
if
there
the
was
rest-
3 buildings right now. Let's search the rest of the buildings first, Van.
Very well.
Well, the other buildings are all occupied. People have moved in. When we came back after the army came through, we fled. And when we came back, we didn't nearly have as many people, but we did pick up some new folk that settled here that weren't here before, and they took these buildings on either side. So,
Are they out here in the crowd? Can we talk with them?
there's Joseph. I
Hello,
see him.
Joseph. Hey, you mind if we take a look around your house? You got a cellar or something? There might be some dead rats we're looking for.
He nods. Yeah, go for it. Why don't you start in the cellar? I'll tidy up the actual room first.
All right, we will do that. Thank you, Mr. Joseph.
Okay. His cellar is more kind of the same. It's a little bit empty. He's got some supplies down there. You see a block of cheese that's hanging from a rope that's attached around a hook in the ceiling to keep anything from getting to it. You see some shelves with some oil. There's an old rusty lantern, or corroded because it's not iron, lantern hanging over there. A hammer, some other supplies, nothing interesting. You see some rat droppings lying around, and a little hole that looks like a rat would burrow through that leads into the ground.
Ah. Well, this could be it.
How big does it look like on the inside? Just like far too small for a human to go through.
Definitely. You lay down and take a look. It's tiny. You can't imagine these rats fitting in through it, but you've seen rats squeeze through ridiculous places. You know, they're very flexible, agile creatures, so...
Something we could consider doing would be the old smoke 'em out trick.
Yeah, if we blow some smoke down there, at the very least, we might be able to find out where the
Stuff,
other entrances are.
Stuff plenty of flammable materials down there, set it on fire.
I like where you're thinking.
I shine the light from the. I just put the end of the stuff to the hole.
The cellar isn't like wood, right? It's not going to catch fire.
No, it's all dirt on all sides, except for the wooden staircase.
Okay.
Would there be a similar hole on the cellar of the unoccupied home?
You could double check.
Yeah, I feel like we should to look for another.
Yeah, if we're gonna smoke them out. Oh, but hold on, Van. Before we get too carried away, I mean, there's another house here. Let me knock on the door and talk with the whoever it is. I assume.
Yes. You do that, Malachi. Let's go check the abandoned house. Make sure there was no hole.
Okay.
Sure. I find it's unlikely that there's only going to be one hole. I think.
Yeah, I feel like they would have multiple. They'd have
There's
a
probably lots. I think killing them with smoke is probably unlikely. Driving them out, perhaps.
Yeah.
Is the owner of the third house in the street, actually? I'll ask.
No, she is not around, but you hear her name is Erin.
Erin. Okay. I go up and just kind of rap on the door and knock on it. Hello, Miss Erin. The town here would like to have just a word, if you would.
The door opens, and there's a woman whose eyes are puffy and red, like she's been crying, and she sniffles, goes, "Can I help you?"
Oh, my dear, I apologize that I have interrupted you in clearly a rough time in your life. You must know of the rat infestation that came here in town. My friends had set up a trap here. We'd like to check your cellar, if you would, to see if we might have found the end of our problems here in Ratburg.
Right, the poison. Yeah, good. Yeah, okay. My cellar?
Yeah, do you have a cellar around back, I'm sure, yes?
Yeah, but I don't keep any supplies in there. I don't have any.
Yeah, but we're thinking that the rats may have made their home somewhere nearby here. You see, we see one in the street here lying dead. Thought we could check your home for the cellar, I'm sure, is where they most likely be. But see if we can find the nest and know that they're good and dead so that our job here is done.
Okay. She nods, goes back in, finds a key, and heads out. Takes you around the back of the house, unlocks the cellar, opens it up for you, and you hear squeaking as you do, and there's maybe like 6 rats in there, kind of circled around a pile of dead rats.
Okay.
She kind of goes, "Ah!" and gives a bit of a squeal when she sees them.
Oh, my dear, I'm so sorry that your home had to be the place for these. You wait here with the crowd. I'll go get the exterminators, and we'll deal with these people. We'll deal with this problem for you.
She nods.
And I walk off and find Malachi and Van.
All right.
So we checked the first house again, the abandoned.
It didn't have any holes in it. None that you could
so
tell, at least, yeah.
We come back out and see Croak coming towards us then, I guess.
All right, guys, it turns out we didn't have to do the searching over there for the hole. We don't need to smoke them out at all. The kind lady in this middle house here, she's got the rats in her cellar. I told her we'd go ahead and take care of it for them. If you would, I think your stinking cloud may be in order, Mr. Malachi.
Yeah, of course. Let's get this over with.
All right. A small crowd develops to watch you guys, kill rats. Which passes for.
Oh. And I go to the edge of this. Is that a trap door or a door downstairs?
It's like a cellar door that opens up.
Okay. So Van, hold this torch and make sure none of them attack me.
You're muted.
You're muted again, Sean. No.
You're still
Sean,
muted.
you're muted.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. Can I just take your staff?
Yeah, but fire might drive them off better if they.
We don't want to drive them off, though, right?
I just mean in case they attack me when I open the door.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll hold the torch.
Yeah, so okay, I open the door.
You open the door, and there's a nice pile of rats there. Like, I don't want to say neatly stacked, but there's like a mound of rats.
Like dead rats, or
Dead
saw them
rats.
alive.
No, dead rats.
Is that live rats?
No, any live rats are nowhere to be seen.
The 6 live rats went away?
They are not there anymore, Croak.
We shouldn't have split the party.
This was a disappointing thing. Well, we know where their nest is.
Let's,
Shall we poison the trap down here as well, or go for another one somewhere else?
Perhaps we should wait.
We should clear these out first. These dead ones.
The dead rats might lure them back. They might come back to eat
I'm
them.
a little weirded out that 6 rats just left. They're not
I
eating
feel like they
other
might have been
rats or doing rat things.
I think they might have been spooked.
Did I have a torch?
Nope.
That's
Let's
weird.
should we investigate the room, the cellar?
I mean, let's just sure. You tell me. You're the magic guy.
Well, let's see if we can maybe see which way they went.
Sure. By all means.
I kind of go down in front, torch in one hand and shield in the other.
Okay.
Looking for a way out.
You see 3 different tunnels leaving this room.
Okay, I say we should shut the door, come back a few hours later, and see if the 6 rats are back. And if they are, we can stinking cloud and kill them the good old-fashioned way. If that doesn't work, we can lay out another trap and try to poison them again.
Yep, fair enough.
All right, let's leave these bodies in here for now. This might attract
maybe-
them back.
Let's just go and check that other guy's cellar again. Maybe that's where they went. We know that there's a way out there.
That's true.
There's no harm in trying if we're going to wait anyway.
Fair
Sure.
enough. Can we count these rats first? I want to see how many have died here. And I kind of look at them out and try. I don't want to touch them, but I want to count them sort of by sight, get a rough approximation.
I use my staff to pick through them all.
Yeah, you find about 30-ish rats.
Jesus.
Ah, nice. Well, so we've killed 38. There can't be too many left.
Oh god, this has to be the most boring session to watch ever.
Maybe.
Hardcore
That's all right.
exterminators.
You know?
All right, we go back and check the guy's cellar. Oh, I do.
Yeah, go with him.
Which guy's cellar?
The one we found the hole in.
Right,
The first
okay. It's empty and deserted.
Okay.
Okay, so we shut the cellar door to the one that we
Mr.
just left.
Van, do you think that we might just smoke them out now and deal with them?
Well, the problem is we don't know all the exits. There's 3 tunnels leading out of that cellar. We only know one of the exits.
This is true.
I think our best bet would be to wait a few hours, see if we can kill them with a stinking cloud, and if not, just set another trap.
You hear an audible groan from a couple of people in the crowd. They go, "Oh man, I was hoping it would be done now. I gotta go work in the fields."
You can go work in the fields.
Well,
Well,
I wanted to see you kill the rats.
We could call everyone out, let them know. You could go work in the fields. We could make a quick announcement to the town before we do it.
Yeah, you want to ring the church bell when it's time?
Sure.
All right. And everyone yeah, well, this would be good. And everyone heads off to do their normal workday duties.
Do they all sit there and chant rat killers?
No.
No, but the rats start chanting rat cleaver.
All right, so what? We give it an hour?
Sure.
2 hours?
So while you guys are kind of kicking it and waiting, Erin comes back and finds you, and she says, I think I heard something."
In your cellar.
Oh, in your cellar, you think that?
No, under my floorboards.
Oh no. Well, please lead the way back to your home, miss.
Perhaps we should wait on that. I don't. If we go
Well, if
digging up
they're
the floor.
there, I mean, I'm sure we could get them. Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure of any method to quickly do it, short of destroying her floor.
Well, the boards come up easy enough. They're just placed down there.
Very well.
Yeah.
We can
And
try it.
besides, I could just take new floorboards from the abandoned house if I need to.
Okay, fair enough.
I want her to start leading the way.
Yeah, she
I want
leads
to
the
look
way.
at Malachi very meaningfully. I don't trust her. I don't say that, but I get the like.
Okay. I'm
And
not
we
sure
walk.
I interpret it.
She's
exactly
weird.
how you
she's
wish,
crying,
but,
and like now she's all chipper.
Okay. Yeah. I follow her in though.
Okay. She opens the door and kind of and points to an area of floorboards about kind of in the center of the house, really.
So I just wait and listen.
You can hear this weird squeaking sound.
Sounds like the rats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
All right.
Well, if I open the floorboards up, can you stink and cloud them?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Hold on. How
I
much
think-
space is underneath these floorboards?
Yeah.
She shrugs. I don't know. There shouldn't be any, but there's.
I'm not sure if a stinking cloud would be the best option here. Perhaps we should leave the house, and Malachi can risk fumigating himself.
Well, can't you just open the boards and stab him with your sword?
Van, you make sense. I like where you're thinking. Can you, Mr. Malachi, would you please, could you stinking cloud this just and fumigate this entire area, and then when it's done, we'll pull the boards up and deal with
Wait,
it?
I have to live here. Hold on. You can't just. You can't
Does it
just.
leave a lingering smell? Wait,
We'll be done with it.
does it leave a lingering smell?
No. The spell will be completely gone within 3 minutes. Do not worry, madam.
Isn't it going to be bad if I live in a house that's been magicked?
Not as bad as a house that's filled with dog-eating rats.
Okay.
Trust me, ma'am. I cast magic on a daily basis. I doubt you're in any real danger.
I
Okay.
too cast magic on a daily basis.
2 wizards?
I'm a
He is,
cleric.
he is no wizard.
Yes, I'm a cleric. It's the slightly more impressive title.
Roll my eyes. All right. Well, you say a prayer, Van, and I'll go and kill the rats.
Fair enough.
All right.
I say, oh lords, please protect the mighty rat slayer.
So I guess I get to the front door of the house. It's just one big room, right?
Yeah, just one big room.
And I cast Stinking Cloud along the base of the floor, and then have it, it fills the entire room, right? So I just do it and then close the door.
All right. You hear some squeals from inside.
Wait 3 minutes.
8. Do I have enough D20s? No, I don't.
Oh shit.
Oh,
That's a lot of
More
rats.
than 6.
Don't forget, Neil, if they can't escape, they keep
I know.
All right. What sort of save versus poison do rats have?
I think they save like everything else, don't they?
Like a first level fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a 14 or better would be their poison save. So 3 minutes pass.
Mm-hmm.
Erin is standing next to you guys, tapping her foot.
After you, Van.
Very well. And I kind of like run in and we start to just pull up floorboards, I assume.
Yeah. Erin
Malachi
comes in
finds
behind you
that.
guys, shuts the door, and begins to twist and grow and shrink. Her clothes
Of
disappear. Fur sprouts from her body all over as she draws a couple of weapons. And we go to our next break.
God
See you
damn
guys
it.
on the other side.
Are you
Bye-bye.
kidding me? It really was a werewolf? Screw this.